So, guys, we got Turki Alalshikh talking about how he wants to have Usyk versus David Benavidez in 2027. Now, I can praise this guy for a lot of things that he's done right in boxing, but also at the same time, we need to kind of get this guy to relax a bit because he is becoming a bit of a dictator and just wants fights that he wants. And sometimes they're just a bit ridiculous, you know what I'm saying? He's not looking at the whole landscape of boxing properly. And I mean, what the hell? I know you're just throwing money at people, but we don't want to see Usyk versus David Benavidez. That doesn't even make sense. Like if you genuinely deep it, yeah, Turkey's come in and he's made like things better for the top like 10% of boxing. People that are successful in boxing, they're getting paid handsomely for the hard work and the entertainment and the dedication to boxing that they've given to be at the very, very top of their game. However, stuff like this is really concerning me. And not to mention the ridiculousness that's going to come in the weekend. Yes, I haven't forgot. Usyk versus man like Rico. It was supposed to be AJ versus Rico. This is crazy. These type of fantasy matchups are the type of things that really push me away from the whole Turkey Alalshikh thing. And then the irrational ideas of making people from different weights go to fight each other when it's just flipping wrong. It's wrong. There's weight divisions for a reason. We were already kind of going, oh, is David Benavidez going to be okay at cruiserweight, let alone heavyweight? And yes, I know I said that he was completely fine at cruiserweight, but this is pushing it, yeah? Now he's about to drop down to Bivol's weight, which is like going back down, which is going to be difficult for him. And then you want him to balloon all the way back up to heavyweight right after that for the bag and to face one of the best boxers in the last era. Like, and possibly he's in the top 5 contention of the best ever in Usyk. Like, what? Mate, there is so many more fights for David Benavidez to take. He's still young and he's still got a whole record to build throughout the cruiserweight division, finishing his pedigree in the light heavyweight division, and possibly even a fight, which I don't think is going to happen, but possibly a fight in the super middleweight division against Canelo. Why are we going for Usyk? I don't think anyone's ever said anything about that. That's so ridiculous. Oh, it's just really upsetting me, and I feel two ways because I do appreciate the good things that Turkey has done, but these type of irrational matchups that just leave me confused and baffled. I don't know what to say about it. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how to feel. So it's mind boggling that he would do something like this and not do. He hasn't done anything yet, but the fact that he's putting it like out there means that mate, it's probably 50% already done. All he has to do is just give them a proper mad bag, and why would they say no? Do you get what I'm saying? The fans are the ones that are really gonna suffer, in my opinion, but the fighters are not, because the fighters are gonna get what they want. But that just doesn't make sense, man. It doesn't. It doesn't. Bear in mind, there is multiple different reports as well coming out saying that Turki Alalshikh is thinking of getting Usyk fighting Ajit Kabayel, which that is good. That is something good that's come out, and that is a very, very good fight to be made. That should be made. Ajit Kabayel at this point is, in my opinion, a very, very, very outside of left field like type of dark horse, because at the beginning, man was like having fights with Chisora, and people were like, oh, if Chisora was in his... This was when Chisora was really bad as well. He was in a really like downward trajectory in his career at that point. And we were like, mate, if he just showed up for that fight, he would have beat this unknown bum. No offense to Ajit Kabayel, but that's how people saw him after that fight. People just saw him as a runaway like fighter. He was running away from Chisora throughout that fight and won the fight, to be fair, but it was an awful fight. And no one really cared about Ajit Kabayel, thought nothing of him until now. He started to rack up wins against some notable fighters. Frank Sanchez, a notable win, and even his recent fight as well against, was it Zhili Zhang? Yeah, man. These wins have really like improved his record and improved the way people evaluate. His reputation is skyrocketed from these wins. So he's definitely put himself up in contention for top 10 and definitely to go for a belt. However, he has been waiting for a while to actually get a title shot, but this would be the perfect time. It would have been better to have that than flipping Rico Verhoeven, a person who's never had a boxing fight in his career. It's better to have Adrian Caballero to be defending your title against, but nevertheless, if you're telling me that's the next fight, with Turki Alalshikh being involved, I'm more inclined to say that it will take place. If you're telling me that's the next fight, I'll take it. And I'll be happy for it. And I think that's a great matchup. I think Adrian Caballero could really give a little bit something different compared to the other two top heavyweights that Usyk fought and beat in Fury and AJ. I think with Adrian Caballero could really, with the he's a bit younger. He's got more youthfulness about him. And I think he might even be shorter than Usyk. I'm not sure. Maybe they're like the same height, relatively the same height. So it's not like a massive weight disparage or height disparage between them. So it'll be more similar to, I think, the Daniel Dubois kind of fight. So there's a bit more going on between each other in height levels. And I think there'll be a decent back and forth between Adrian Caballero and Usyk. And considering Usyk is already, I think it's 38 now or even older, but he's definitely in his late 30s at this point. That could be something to look into, and considering he might not be at that same level he was against Fury, against AJ, that, you know, Adrian Caballero might have a little bit more in his gas tank and in his youthfulness to you know, maybe make up for how technically superior Usyk is, and it will make for a decent fight. I genuinely think it'll be a great fight. Obviously, if that fight comes out, I'll make a proper preview. But we've seen that. I I am in two ways, like I said, about Turki Alalshikh, and I wanted to make a video just to kind of rant about this nonsense that's going on. Reports of him talking about David Benavidez and Usyk, and the fact that Usyk and Verhoeven is literally like Turki Alalshikh and apparently Jason Statham's idea. So, you know, it's just like he does one good thing and he does another bad thing, and it's just my mind's in two places about should we be going forward with him. And the fact that he's also a co-founder of Zuffa Boxing, which I'm not really a fan of. I don't agree with Zuffa Boxing in its entirety at all. And the fact that they got Dana White in there as a co-founder as well is a major red flag. So, man, I don't know what to think these days with Turki Alalshikh. I thought at the beginning it might have been a really, really good, new, bright future for boxing. But with these new changes that are coming, the fights that he's putting on, the promotion that he's tying himself up with, it's left me with a bit of a sour taste. So let me know, guys, in the comment section below what you think of Turki Alalshikh's ideas and his impact in boxing. Do you agree with it? Do you think it's what we need, or do you think he might become a dictator and everything's just gonna go through him and we won't get fights unless he wants it, you know, and it might be a detriment to boxing in the grand scheme of things? Let me know your opinions. I really do want to find out what you think, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe because I do make videos daily. I've missed the day this week, but we're all good. Don't worry. And I'll see you in the next video, guys. Love and peace.